Welcome back to our English First additional language lessons conducted by Miss Lechuti. And then this is a continuation from what I've discussed in our previous lesson on how to unpack an advert. Now we are doing the 2017 November question paper. And this is paper 1. We are going to only focus on advert and then see as to whether we really understand. I'm going to show you how to approach questions, and most importantly in English, the most important thing that you need to do and understand is to practice question interpretation, because once you know what the question wants, it becomes easier for you to come up with the correct answers. And as I've said in my previous lesson, I said to you, visual literacy, both cartoon and advert, you must get 10 out of 10. It is given. Why do I say that? Because where are the answers? In the question paper. Let us check now. I have an interesting advert here. Let me just expand it so it can be easier for you to see. They say that the advertiser is saying that go from, pardon me, the advertiser is saying to me to go from learning to earning. And it also says that ready to work, and then we go from learning to earning. So remember, we read to understand, we review the advert to understand. And I've said that the picture, all the pictures that are used must help to support the message. So when I look at the picture, I see a beautiful lady, but there's something interesting here, because when I look on the right hand side, she has a slim bag. And then on the other side, she has like a blazer. And then on the other side, she does not have a blazer. And remember, they say you go from learning to earning. And then furthermore, you read everything that is within the advert so that the advert can make sense to you. There's another message says that ready to work is they explain what ready to work is. Ready to work is a free online interactive initiative aimed at giving you the essential skills you need to make the critical transition from education into the world of work. So this is what they're advertising here. It's a service, it's not a product, because it is explained in the first paragraph to say ready to work is a free online interactive initiative. So this advert did not advertise a product, but it advertised what? A service. So if you can be mindful of all the concepts that we did in our previous lesson, and always ask yourself, what is being advertised? Is it a product? Is it a service? What is the slogan? Who would be the target market? What is the message saying? Does the picture help to support the message? If you are able to use all those concepts to unpack the advert, already you will see that when you get to the questions, it will be easier for you to come up with the correct answers. All right, let us continue and check what the advertisers say. It says that it's been designed to help you prepare for the workplace, manage your money, develop your people skills, and even start your own business. And they also have their website address, and they have a interesting slogan where they say ready, set, go, and do what? And prosper. Let us go down and check. And it says that Barclays, and then it's an APSA service. Okay, right. Now we have studied the advert. We have seen that they say that it's a ready to work. It's an online a service by APSA that is going to help you to transit from learning to working. And we can also see that the picture does help to support the message. If I can just go back again, the picture does help to support the message, because when I look at the image, I can see that on the other side, you can see the lady who perhaps was a student with a student bag, and then on the other side, you can see that she's dressed up with a formal blazer to represent the work side. So that's how it shows the transition from learning to what? To earning, right? Now let us go to the questions and see as to whether we'll be able to, obviously we'll be able to answer them. Okay, what type of online service is being advertised? Now, where are you going to get your answer? Remember, visual literacy, we write what we see. We go back to the advert and check what the advertiser has said about the product. He says that ready to work is a free online interactive initiative aimed at giving you the essential skills you need for critical transition from education into the world of bank. So I've said that it's an online service aimed at preparing students for employment. It's as long as your answer shows that it's an online service show preparing students for a workplace. And I got the answer from the advert itself. Right. Who is the target audience for this advert? Previously, I said, check what the advertiser is saying about the product for you to be able to get the target market correct. So they say that the message says that it's helping learners to transit from the world of learning to the world of working. So therefore, the target market will be students who have completed their studies and want to enter into the working market or working space. So the target market will be students who want to enter the world of work, or people who have completed their studies and want to enter the world of work. If your answer is around those ideas, it will be correct, as long as you are able to show that the correct target market for this advert, it will be students who have completed their studies and want to enter the world of work, right? And then moving along, why is ready to work written as one word? I'm going to go back to what I've said. Remember, I said that advertisers use so many techniques. Sometimes they use a language aspect, sometimes they use a font aspect to come up with the correct answer. I mean, to attract the customers, pardon me. And then they say that why is ready to work written as one word? You can see here it says ready to work, and I want us to go and check the advert. It's always important when you answer to go back to the advert, and here it is, they said ready to work. The question is, why did the advertiser write ready to work with what? With as one word, né? Now, if you say ready, if you say that you are ready, ready to work, it represents, is to show the smooth, the answer will be to show the smooth transition from learning to working, to show the smooth transition from learning to working. So it was just an interesting skill of playing around with font and words to cluster them together, just to show that it is possible to move from that. The advertised online service will help you to transit smoothly, or to move smoothly from the world of learning to the world of working, right? I hope that is understandable. And then let us go to another question. Question 3.4, they say that you must quote 8 consecutive words from the advert or advertisement that support the headline, go from learning to working. They say you must quote 8 consecutive words. Question interpretation in English is important. Quote, it means that you take exactly, you quote verbatim exactly from the advert. However, the question says only 8 consecutive, and consecutive, it means words must follow one another in a sentence, okay? And if the examiner is asking for 8, please do not exceed the required number. And it is also important, especially, I'll always emphasize for those who are in grade 12, because obviously it's an important grade at this point in time, not to say other grades are not important. Use quotation marks. I don't know why most learners are lazy to use quotation marks. When you quote, those are not your words. So it is important to use open quotation when you start and close quotation when at the end of your quotation. Now we are going to go back to the advert. We go back to the advert and check 8 consecutive words that shows that that support the statement that say go from learning to working. Okay. Let us check. I would say transition from education into the world of work. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, close quotation. Transition from education into the world of work, close quotation. It's the perfect answer for number 3.4. That says that you must quote 8 consecutive words, because that sentence shows that you go from learning to earning. Now they say 3.5, you must choose one word from the advertisement that is a synonym for essential. Before you even go to the answer, understand what a synonym. A synonym, or words that mean the same, but they are written differently. If I don't want to say you are clean, I can say you are neat. If I don't want to say you are intelligent, I can say you are smart, okay? Synonym, words that mean the same, but they are written how? Differently, okay? Now let us go back to the advert. It's always important to go back to the advert and the message. We are looking for the word essential. What would be the synonym for the word essential? Okay, I study the message again. I go through all the words and check. Oh, okay. In the very first paragraph, they say ready To Work is a free online interactive initiative aimed at giving you the essential skills you need to make the critical transition. All right. If something is essential, it is important, it is how? Critical. So I would say that a synonym for essential in this one, it will be what? Critical. Okay, right. And then 3.6, how does the appearance of the woman support the message of the advertisement? It goes back to what I've said when I started teaching about unpacking advert. I said it is so important for you as a learner and as a English file learner. You should be in a position to show the relationship between the image that is being used as well as the message. Now the question asked exactly what I've just explained. And if you were listening to me when I was starting this lesson, I've already given out the answer, because it says that how does the appearance of the woman support the message of the advert? The message of the advert simply says that you go from learning to earning. So you detail the image to us. You tell us what is that you see. That will be your correct answer. To say the lady has a blazer on one end, which represents a formal clothing for work environment, and on the other hand, the lady doesn't have a blazer, but he have a backpack, which represents a life of a student. So the image is able to show us a transition from learning and also to working. All right, the formal part will represent the working part, and then the informal part, or rather a casual look with a backpack, will show us that the lady was still learning. So the picture does help to support the message, because we are able to see somebody moving from learning to earning. You see, it's not difficult. You simply write what you see. Visual literacy. Right, now let us go to 3.7. Guys, open-ended questions, higher order questions in visual literacy. Please learn to do justice to these questions. You must be able to get them right. Discuss. The key word in this question is to discuss. So therefore your answer must be well explained, must be beefed up, must be well expatiated. All right. Discuss whether the use of the slogan ready, set, or go, prosper is effective in this advert. Now we are looking for your reasoning here. We're looking for your understanding here. All right. If you say it is effective, please explain to us why you say it's effective. If you say no, it's not effective, please again explain to us. But to play it safe, I don't like to channel learners to think in it, but to play it safe, I'm speaking from experience. I would say to you, always be on the affirmative side. It's easier when you say yes, because you're always going to deduce your answers from the very same advert you have just unpacked. Okay, now ready, set, and go, and do what, and prosper. Now these words I've jotted it down somewhere to make it easier. I said that the slogan is effective because the words used are similar to the one that says ready, set, and go, which means that they show you that a smooth transition from learning to working. But however, the word prosper again adds more hope to the message, and it's more of a persuasive language to say when you prosper, it means that you are going to be successful. So therefore, the product promises you that it not only help with the transition part from learning to working, but it also help you to do what? To prosper, which means to become successful. You see what I've done? I took the very same message and I've just explained it, that I've just expanded the message in my own understanding without really derailing, without derailing from what the advertiser is saying. Make sure that you use the information that the advertiser has talked about, and do not refrain from using information that is irrelevant, that it was not initially in the advert. I hope you learned something again today. We shall meet again very soon, where we are going to unpack now cartoons. Thank you.